Here we go with part two of the NBA is in the toilet. And if you saw yesterday what was happening in the NBA All Star Weekend festivities, you saw a skills competition, you saw a dunk contest, you saw a 3-point contest, you saw a 3-point contest won by Tyler Hero. Congrats, Tyler Hero. Represent the Miami Heat. I'm a Miami Heat fan. For all that's going on this year, I'm happy you won that thing. It looks good for the Miami Heat. I appreciate it. I appreciate that you won something for the Miami Heat this year. So that's pretty cool. As always, Mac McClung defends his dunk contest for the third time. The fact that they allow a non-NBA player to play in the dunk contest. I'll tell you this: they should have been asking Bronny James to do it. I'm serious. I'm not even joking. Actually, they should have been asking Bronny James to get in this thing. If you're gonna have Matt McClung, you might as well have asked Bronny James to do it because Bronny James has some serious ups as well. He has some hops, and I think that would have been actually very good for ratings, to be honest, for them. See, they don't even think ahead. They'd rather have Matt McClung, the white dude, face off a bunch of guns, a bunch of black dudes in the NBA when you could just easily get Bronny James in there and say, "Oh, Bronny, you're in the league because your daddy. Let's do the dunk contest. You can jump really, really high. And even if you don't win, the reality is the ratings for this thing will go through the roof because you are in it. And everyone will either be there to watch to clown you or to cheer you on. But they'll be there to watch it get done. They'll be watching it, which is the goal, right? Maybe Rob Parker would have been happy to see that. Maybe that would have made him watch it. Look, I didn't watch any of it. But when I saw these highlights of what I saw in the skills competition, this is just another example of why the NBA is in the fucking toilet and why it's so embarrassing. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Rudy's Rant, powered by coming on the podcast. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez Show Mott, aka Rudy the Hammer, where we talk facts over feelings. To all you who are back again, I appreciate y'all. Like, subscribe, like it, leave a comment on the video. Comment, like. And for those of you who are new, subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment on the video. Let's talk about this. We already know that the NBA is going through a massive ratings disaster. Their ratings are going like this. They're going like this. They're going down. They're falling off of a cliff. They're falling off of a fucking cliff. And every single thing that people say about what should be done to fix the NBA is constantly ignored by one Adam Silver. He thinks that changing the game to 4 10-minute quarters is going to somehow make the game better to look like an international game. I mean, the logic of this commissioner is so ungodly awful that you sit here and you're like, how did this man get his job? He can't be this dumb. He's had the ratings of the finals go into the toilet. They're horrible. I mean, think about the fact that the average ratings for the NBA finals this year was not even remotely close to the average this year for the Major League Baseball World Series. Like, the thought of that is unbelievable. It's still better than the WNBA finals by plenty, but to think that the viewership for the NBA finals is I mean, what were the ratings for the Major League Baseball World Series? I know they were upwards of 15 million. World Series and let's see here. The average ratings this year for the Major League Baseball World Series were 15.102 million. They had 14, 13, 13, 16, and 18. Imagine this had gone 7 games. That's what would have made this World Series go through the roof. They beat the NBA Finals by 4 million people on average. Now the year before it was only 9 million, but that was pretty close to what the number was for basketball. The year before that, 11.76. I think that was more than the NBA again. There's been some years. I mean, hell, Houston Dodgers in 17, 18.926 average. Cubs Indians in 2016, 22.847 million. That's through the roof. You've had some NBA, I mean, Major League Baseball, for whatever people think, Boston Red Sox, St. Louis Cardinals in 04, 25.390 million. Big number seasons. Go back to 97. Marlins Indians, 24.79 million. 96. Yankees Braves, 25.220 million. 95. Braves Indians, 28.97 million. Look, in the 90s, ratings were higher because you didn't have all this opportunity to watch, all year long. But all that said, there's been a few bad years for baseball. However, the last 3 years, 4 years for the NBA have been utterly atrocious. Back to before 05, back before COVID, utterly atrocious. And people think that basketball is a more like people think that baseball sucks. Yet baseball is getting ratings in the World Series that are on par or better than the NBA over the last 4 or 5 years. Better than. On par or better than. So you got problems in the NBA. And the problems come because of the style of play, the rules changes, the fact that the game is just bad to watch. It's not enjoyable. It's a bad product. The guys are lazy. They don't care. They don't care about giving effort. They just show up. Like I'm watching these step through travels now where guys take a jump shot, take 2 or 3 steps to step through, and they don't call it a travel. It's unwatchable. It's a horrible product. It's a horrible product. And that's why a lot of people are starting to watch the women's game because it might not be good in nature of ability, but you're never going to worry about the effort provided by these ladies. Like these ladies will provide you with effort at the very bare minimum. They're going to try hard. You've never seen them loaf, half-ass it. You see them always going 100 miles an hour. Look at their All-Star game last year with the U.S. team versus the All-Stars. I mean, that was actually a very, very competitive affair. It was a fight. They wanted to win. Both sides wanted to win, and you got what you hoped for. Tonight, when this bullshit gets played out with the 3 All-Star teams at 8, and this one freshman versus sophomore league team. I mean, who cares? They're going to show up. You know who might actually care about winning? The younger players. They might actually care. They might actually say, we want to beat these motherfuckers. And I hope they do. I hope they come out there and I hope they whoop their ass. Because if they do that, maybe that was what it will take for them, these actual real all-stars to start giving a shit. But when you see a skills competition and you want to see people with skill, and they try to hijack it with shenanigans and bullshit. Watching what Victor Wembanyama, and Chris Paul did yesterday is a mockery of basketball. This is an entertainment event. It's entertainment. It's not a sprint to see who runs fastest. I want to see you entertain. I want to see your skills. That's why it's called a skills competition. So when you see this type of bullshit, which I will share with you, this is embarrassing.
And maybe the defensive player of this year, and here we go.
1, there's 2, there's 3.
Okay, you got the passes through the hole, right? Now you're going to see a pass to another hole. I'm stopping as I don't want it to be grabbed or nothing.
What's the start? That's the start that each team is going to want.
Boom. Look at this. This is a jump shot, right? He's supposed to be shooting 3 jump shots, or I guess he's supposed to make, I don't even know what the rules were because I didn't see it. But I'm presuming it's make a shot. If you make your shot, you move on. And you have the max of 3 shots. So if you missed all 3, then you still move on. I'm guessing that part. I'm sure it's not just shoot 3 shots. So look at what he does. This is embarrassing. He just threw the ball he didn't even look at the rim. Here we go again.
Oh, he's not even.
2 of those were chest pass. 2 of those were like, one ball went towards the cameraman right here.
Worried about this shot. They're just going for time. Look at this.
This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing, people.
This is a unique strategy. It's all about the bounce, the passes. They're not even worried about this.
Has Chris Paul's finger.
And now we got Chris Paul doing the same bullshit. These are teammates.
Prints all over it.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. See, there's some thinking that went into this.
Yes.
See, I have a problem with that. And the fact that Reggie Miller is sitting here saying that kind of disgusts me. There's some thinking that went into this. No, this is embarrassing, dude. This is embarrassing. This is a mockery of what this is supposed to be. And you want to know why people don't want to watch? This is an example of it.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
And Chris Paul was worse than Wemby. He just threw the ball at the floor. He just tossed the ball at the floor.
Now, I wonder if everyone is going to adopt this.
Wait a minute.
I wonder if everyone's going to adopt this.
The crowd is unsettled.
Yes.
The rules are being shot to the curb.
And here's the thing. I did read some stuff where it said they actually got approval to do this. I don't know why. But then they were disqualified.
Right. That's right. They have manipulated the rules.
Indeed.
And look
And they probably had the best time. I'm going to presume that they had the best time doing that dumb shit. But they got disqualified, as they should be disqualified. But the fact that there was this statement that during the NBA All-Star Saturday night event, Chris Paul and Victor Wembanyama of the San Antonio Spurs attempted a unique strategy in the skills challenge, which led to their disqualification. The duo reportedly tried an unconventional method, sparking a debate on the nature of competition versus entertainment in NBA All-Star events. While the exact nature of their tactic wasn't detailed in public reports, it was clear they aimed to inject some humor into the proceedings. I don't find that funny. I don't find that funny, and I hope no one finds that funny. I find it to be disgraceful. No one's paying to watch you throw the ball at the floor. No one's paying for that. No one's buying tickets for that shit for that. Draymond Green defended Wembanyama, mentioning that he had sought permission for the strategy beforehand, although this did not prevent their disqualification. This incident has reignited discussions about the balance between fun and competitive integrity in such exhibitions, with fans and commentators split on whether this was a clever innovation or an overstep. If there's anyone that thinks this is fun or a clever innovation, they're part of the problem. They're part of the problem that exists in the NBA. For anyone to think that that is anything worth shit and okay, what's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Why would you what in your right mind would make you think this is okay? You can't possibly think this is okay. Nothing about that's okay. So this is what we're teaching young kids, to skirt everything. It's not about how good you are or what your skills are. It's about how fast you get through an obstacle course. I mean, think about it. If you had an obstacle course where you had to climb a wall, but if you just ran through the wall, you would have 1 second deducted, but it's going to take you 3 seconds to climb the wall. What would stop the guy from just running through the wall without climbing it? Do you find it an innovation, or do you find it to be flaw and fraud? I find it to be flaw and fraud. And the NBA has become an accepting organization of flaw and fraud until this event. Thank God. Because largely it's become a flaw and fraud sport. Traveling allowed, bullshit allowed, nothing. The thing is just utter garbage. And you have these. I should expect nothing less. This was probably Chris Paul's idea. But I don't find that humorous at all. Because what you're going to see happen is people are going to do that shit in high school skills competitions and college skills competitions, and it's going to trickle down. It's going to trickle down when they see stuff like this. They think this is fun. I don't find this funny. It's you're here to compete. You're here to compete. If you lose in competition, so be it. But if you win doing that, then what are you? Then what are you? You're fake. You're fake. Look, they made the passes through the holes, which is a big part of the skill as well, which they did perfectly. But they also just grabbed the like what is that? What? I'm very glad that they were disqualified. I'm very happy to hear that they were disqualified. But the fact that they even thought that this shit made sense and was okay is a problem in itself. You know, the NBA, you have all eyes on the NBA Saturday night to see if they are able to resurrect this product. And you have Chris Paul and Victor Wembanyama cheating the system by just launching balls off of a rack instead of shooting them. And Wembanyama is upset over being disqualified. Like, bro, you're a cheater. This is sad. This is sad. How could you take pride in that? It's ridiculous. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what you guys say. This is why the NBA is in the toilet. This is why the ratings are in the toilet. So I hope you enjoyed part 2 of the NBA is in the toilet, because this is just another example of why it's in the toilet. Because they think this is okay. The players think this is okay. Thank God the league didn't think this was okay. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. This is Rudy's Rant. We talk facts over feelings. Like, subscribe, follow, hit that bell, leave a comment. Appreciate y'all. Come on now.